Greetings, Sagittarians, and welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. This is going to be your weekly reading for the week of June 5th through June the 12th, 2023. Sagittarian Spirit Guide has already been invoked and the cards have been anointed, shuffled, and cut according to the amount of times and directions given to me by my Spirit Guide. And so, with your kind permission, may I begin a look at and an interpretation of the Sacred Tarot for you for this week. Sagittarians, this is a good week for you to be involved with either your garden, for those of you that have gardens, and those of you that do not have gardens. This is definitely a good week for you to buy a plant and talk to the plant. Spend some time with nature, relaxed time, not forced time, just spend some time. Get a plant. For those of you that live in apartments and you don't have, a yard, get a plant. Spend some time, as I said, talking to the plant, pampering the plant, watching the plant. It's going to raise your vibration. It's going to be very, very good for you for this week. Okay, those of you that have gardens, spend some time. Plant some seeds. Enjoy. Take some time and smell the flowers is what I think part of this interpretation is. All right. All right. Very good. So you definitely have some clarity of vision this week, Sagittarians. You definitely are driven. You definitely have the energy is pushing you forward into a positive zone for sure. The Queen of Swords is your card for this week. This identifies you. It's mental power. It's mental focus. It's an energy of, let me see if I can describe it. I don't know if there is such a thing as a gentle lightning. Like, in other words, you have this energy of power, but it's focused. It's generated and focused in a beautiful way. It's not insulting to anyone. It's not offensive to anyone. It is your energy for this week. It is your push, your drive this week. So this is about you having clarity of vision, knowing what you want, being willing to make the sacrifice to get what you want. Spend some time with nature. That's going to help you. It's going to help ground you. Okay. Financial healing is on the horizon for you for this week. You're going to begin to see the light, so to speak, at the end of the tunnel for financial healing. Some of you are going to be able to catch up, at least catch up a little bit and put some things in perspective. Some of you might be doing some new budgeting method. Some of you might be planning, like, saving X amount per week. You definitely have that money type of rebuilding. That type of energy is going on for you. Some of those of you that are in school, definitely positive energy with regard to professors giving you positive guidance. Those of you that are reading books, there could be books that you're reading or listening to podcasts or videos that are going to give you positive direction. This card could also be you listening to a positive reading or a zodiac astrology, horoscope reading, I should say. It doesn't include mine necessarily, but it does speak about you getting some very positive counsel, getting some very wise advice to go forward. This is an encouraging card. This card is also complementary. It is the King of Swords, and your card for this week was the Queen of Swords. Very complementary energy as far as it kind of like encourages you. You're heading in the right direction, that type of thing. You might experience some disappointments. And this is not all that much of a big deal. You might be experiencing some disappointments with other people. And this scar turning into a star means that's good, because then you get a chance to get with nature. You get a chance to get grounded. You get a chance to spend some time with yourself. You weren't born connected to the other person, not in the physical sense. So disappointments are normal, they're natural, and it's okay. And this could also be some spiritual manifestation of you having space and time to yourself for things that are necessary, right? And that space and time that you need to yourself, maybe away from that person, might actually avoid this conflict and arguing. It might actually avoid that, right? Because this is something that you're seeing. Actually, it's like when I look at this card, I see it the opposite. Like you see the 5. I don't know if you can see the 5. See, I see it like this, like you could see it coming as the week is progressing. And I think that you're going to be wise enough to avoid it this week. I think that you're going to be wise enough to, move in a different direction and say, okay, I'm not going to deal with that this week. We're just not going to do that this week. This is not going to be the week when I'm going to feed into drama. That's the positive side. It doesn't mean, that you two are not cool. It just means that this particular week might be a week where you need to be grounded to the earth. You might need to be grounded to your garden and to plants, etc. And that might help you move forward. And sometimes the Spirit does things and separates us from other people because the Spirit wants to talk to us. And sometimes if God, he, she, they, them, it, did not trouble our feet and make us uncomfortable where we were, we would not hear what God has to say or see what God has to say for us. And don't forget, I always say God is he, she, they, them, it. Looking very positive this week about respect, which is something that's heavy on your mind. Respect is important, and you're going to receive respect on the job. You might actually be assigned to a person might be assigned to you that might actually study from you. You could be mentoring somebody or something like that. But this card speaks about respect. It speaks about recognition. It also kind of lends itself to the magician energy of also knowing who you are and having those kind of self-awareness, having that kind of power talks to yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Respect yourself, love yourself, show others what you want and how they have to treat you. That's what I'm talking about. And the World card speaks about new opportunities, particularly as you get to the end of this week. So this card or this week goes from the 5th through the 12th, but the Spirit is showing me the 13th. So it looks like as you push into next week, something good and something new. It's a new door that's going to open for you. Some new opportunity is going to open for you as you move into the 13th. 3 and 1, 1 and 3. I see that, okay? And the King of Pentacles is your final card for the 7 card spread. And the King of Pentacles in reverse speaks about financial independence. This is something you need to focus on. Now, let me clarify that and tell you what I mean by that. I talked in the beginning of the week about you working on a savings plan, working on some way of rebuilding, your stash, that type of thing. And this is the focus, and don't let it take you to the extreme where you become depressed about it. Let's just put a plan in motion, right? If you save $1 a day, that's 100% improvement on saving nothing a day. I'm using that, of course, as a metaphor, but I'm saying that's the reality. So you are going to be thinking about financial independence as the week goes by. You also, this card could be more literally translated or interpreted as a masculine energy wanting to pull back support for you. And let me tell you something, it's not a problem. It's all good because you have this energy working with you this week. If you get grounded, nothing can stop you. You spend some time with plants and not flowers. I didn't say that. Spend some time with plants, ignoring negativity and focusing on positivity and health. You're going to be fine. Sagittarians, I hope this reading finds you well, and I hope it gives you light and truth for this week. Stay blessed, my friends, and talk to you soon.